the insect is attracted partly to the odor. And it's partly attracted to this visually. So the idea is that they come up in here, and there's lots of them in there, and they're all emitting different odors. So you get the stink bugs in there, and then they die. They can't get out. And then we come by every week or two, and we look at them, and we see if brown marmorated stink bug is in them. We have started putting them out already, although these traps tend not to be very effective until later in July, August, September. But we're getting them out and figuring out how to use them.
And where will you place them in the
Yeah, these are going to be put in high-risk areas. So high-risk, obviously, cropping situations is where we're focusing on. But this is a pest that gets moved around in cargo and in vehicles. So we're targeting transportation corridors. So if there's a field right beside a train track, if there's a field beside a 400 series highway, I actually have traps up at the Niagara Parks because there's a lot of visitors that come across the border and they get out of their cars and their campers. And so in the process, occasionally, sometimes an insect is hitchhiking. And so we think that that kind of location will probably be, good from a sentinel standpoint. That's really how we're working with those. But again, they're not a perfect trap. The pheromone, the lure that's in there is not perfect. It's really designed for another insect. And in some crops, they're really just not that effective. And that is why we do have Morgan, who is doing surveys using visual sampling and sweeps. Visual is challenging because they tend to be more active at night in terms of their feeding, but we're learning. We're learning with this pest. There's a lot of unknowns.
Do populations of other stink bugs kind of offset the pheromones and stuff, so if the marmorated aren't around? Or?
No, they don't actually. There's some interesting work that is just starting to be published, but oftentimes when you get a new pest that's being introduced, it displaces some of the ones that are already there, and there's some indications that in areas where this pest is really well established now, that some of the other stink bugs are less common. They have some kind of a competitive advantage, and part of it is probably related to the fact they don't have the natural enemy complex attacking them, as well as they may have some levels of resistance in that founding population to some of the chemistries that are effective against other stink bugs. But you can see, these things, when they are aggregating in the fall on the sides of buildings, you will just see them, thousands and thousands and thousands of them. They are attracted to certain types of lights. That's another way that we may be able to monitor and trap for them. But you can just see tens of thousands of them on the site, and they really are attracted in part by the chemistry.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for coming.